Hey everyone! So today is the last week of Coding Club Halloween edition. It's not the last week of Coding Club forever. We're probably going to keep doing this. I'm thinking about changing it a little bit, like maybe letting people in who are currently using VidCode in school, and we can maybe like go over anything they're having issues with. I think like that might be more useful versus just coming in and like making whatever sounds fun that week. I'm actually going to write a note to do that. How are you all doing today? So I was thinking today, I really want to, just making sure that everything's working. I really want to do trick-or-treating. I'm not going to get to trick-or-treat in real life this year for like all of the reasons that nobody, for the most part, is trick-or-treating in real life this year. Like, I don't know, I might let people ring my doorbell and somehow get candy to people who are at the door. I'm thinking about maybe like throwing it at them gently, or having like some kind of slide. But regardless, I think today we can like do virtual trick-or-treating, and that could be really fun instead. So we can make a game where someone like comes to the door and I open it and then I have to choose which candy to give them. And if you give them the wrong one, like they get mad at you and you lose a point. And if you give them the right one, then you get a point, or maybe you get candy. I haven't really completely thought this game out yet. But it's essentially like someone will come to the door and based on the information you have about them, you have to choose what candy they want. And we'll see how far we get in 45 minutes. I always like feel like I choose projects that are too big. Like I always want to make games and it's so hard to just code a game in 45 minutes. But we will see how far we get. Let's do it. So the first thing that we need, if we are going to make, and I'll write it on the top. I'll say comment, / a game. Oh, that's all caps. Game where someone comes, for anyone that's like, we're coding a game where someone comes to the door, and where's my live chat? Can someone type something so my live chat pops up? I can't type anything in it today. Oh, there we go. Hello. I don't know why my chat wasn't showing up. Yeah, this is the link where we're coding. Someone comes to the door and based on information about them, the user picks a candy to give them. I don't know. It's like not the funnest game, but like I feel like there are sillier games out in the world, other than like this trick-or-treating game. I guess I should have just called it like, I don't know. Now I'm just killing time because I'm trying to figure out where to start. So I mean, I feel like the first place to start is just to set the scene here, right? So like change the background color. Obviously, no problem, Tomchi, you're welcome. Obviously I don't want it to be like purple. There we go. Night sky. And then I'm gonna add a door. This is starting to be like last time where we like had a door to a haunted house, but I promise it's not. This is a different game. Okay, and there's probably a door emoji. Let me give you all the emoji site as usual, because we are going to be using a lot of emojis today. Let's see, let's find a door emoji. Door. Ah. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just copying and pasting my door emoji in. I'm going to use the X and Y coordinates here. And also just make it bigger. Change my variable name. Nothing too crazy here. I am kind of assuming that everyone here has been to coding club before, but if anyone's new, let me know and I'll slow down a little bit. I'll like kind of change my speed based on how comfortable everyone here is. So just like let me know in the chat, I guess, like how often you come to club and like how comfortable you are with JavaScript and this amazing game that we're in the process of making. And if you ever see me like looking up, I have 2 monitors here, so we're all doing our best. Okay, so then I set my door variable here. So I'm going to say door.size to make it bigger. It needs to be a lot bigger, right? It's going to be like the main part of this game. By default, it's 55. I'm going to make it 150 and see what that looks like. It needs to be bigger. Oh yeah, there we go. Now something's happening. I'm going to spend some more time centering it with this Y position. And then I want to move it down a bit. So just so you know, in this text function, I can pass in a whole bunch of things, but the first 3 are like whatever the actual string is that's showing up, and then the X position and the Y position. So instead of setting the properties, I can just pass them directly into this function here. Let's go ahead and move this down. Cool. Okay. I love this. So now we have to have whoever is appearing. So in like future iterations of this game, obviously I would want like it to change. But I think for now, I'm just going to have like one person appear. And that person is actually going to be a ghost. I'm just going to have a ghost appear. So same thing as before, I'm going to drag emoji in, except instead of the smiley face, I'm going to replace it with a ghost. And there we go. That is my first trick-or-treater. We're actually making good time here. I'm going to change the variable name to ghost. If you change the variable name to something else, maybe you have like a kid there instead because you are in a non-haunted neighborhood. You can change that variable name to be whatever you want. Just remember what that variable name is when you go to edit the properties. So ghost.size, I'm going to make this also 150. And then also just going to want to kind of center it. And it's a ghost, so obviously it needs to be like a little bit transparent, and also I don't like that it's completely covering my door. So I'm going to change the opacity to be 0.7. Sweet, I have a ghost. Okay, so now the next part of this game is that I need like candy to select, right? So I can't just expect my my users to like know what to do. So I'm going to go ahead and like give them instructions. So I'll just drag in text here right next to emoji. And I'm going to say, what candy will you give the visitor? Or select a candy to give to the visitor. Just call this instructions. And I'm going to make it smaller, like instructions.size, because it doesn't fit. Make it like 40. Even smaller. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to move it down a little bit. Over a little bit, down a little bit. It's too far down. That looks fine. So then there's 2 ways I can go about this. What do you guys think? Would you rather have gameplay where someone has to type in what candy they're going to give? Or would you rather have like a selection on the bottom that you have to sort of select? So like, we can also just do it where like it's moving quick, so it's like hard to click on it. Because like one thing we could do is have this like text input here, so that like you have to type in what to give to them. It could be kind of fun. Like type a candy. And then here we could call this like candy input. So what I did here was I dragged in text input here on the left. And I'll do candy input dot color equals white. And then we have a text input. Could be fine. I think I'd rather have like a bunch of candies on the left that you can like choose. So let's do that. So I'm just gonna drag in like 4 candies to choose from. We'll start with 3, right? This is a, have you all heard like the term MVP, like minimum viable product? It means like make the smallest thing possible that works. This is, I guess, like a minimum viable game or like a prototype. So I could add like 100 pieces of candy, but I think we are just gonna add 3. So here I'll say candy 1, candy 2, candy 3. I'll move it over a bit. And then I'll move it down. So like 100, 150, 100, 300. You're all really quiet today. How are you doing? Can everyone hear me okay? No. So then the next thing I want to do is obviously turn these smiley faces into candies. Like smiley faces aren't candy, obviously. So let's go choose, I'll choose like 1 that is a candy and then 2 that aren't, so that it can like choose the right thing, if that makes sense. I'll do this. I think, I don't know 100% what these are, but I had something similar once that was like candy coated tiny apples, and they were actually terrible. I don't know if that's what that's supposed to be. We also have the option of a cupcake, but this is Halloween candy, so I think we should just go with like a classic wrapped candy piece here. There we go. And then 2 things that aren't candy so that this ghost can leave and be really offended. One can be broccoli. And one can be an egg. And it's going to be like, we're going to click on one, and the ghost can be like really mad if it gets an egg, or like broccoli, and really happy if it gets candy. So then I feel like these are like a bit hard to see as buttons, so I'm going to make them bigger. That looks better. Move them down a bit, space them out a little bit more. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a rectangle here, just to like put these behind something that looks like a bit more like a menu. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and drag rectangle in. And then, and remember, if you want it to be behind your candies, it has to be behind your candies in the code. And so then here, I'm going to make this a different color. Something like that. That looks nice. And then, what else goes in here? So then I want to do like the line color. What is it? So line width is, I think, the width around it. Line weight. I'm just going to check in the reference. So we have border width and border color. That's what I was looking for. So we'll make the border width bigger. And we'll make the border color like a gray. That looks okay. Well, I guess this is like a Halloween game. I guess I should make this orange. I hate that color. Oh my god, I'm so bad at colors. So I have a lot of code here, Chomchi, but it actually is, there's no logic here yet. It's a lot of just sort of placing things around. So I'd encourage you to kind of find your own emojis and place them kind of in your code. But I'll copy some of what I have. But like I said, it's a lot of like, it's a lot of stuff where you don't have to really worry about logic or anything. So I'd encourage you to sort of like play around and customize it in the way it looks. So this rectangle code, if you remember, is X position, you're welcome, X position, Y position, width, and height. Obviously, I think my X position is fine. I'm just gonna like leave a line on the left like that. My Y position is like obviously too high because it's covering this text. So I'm gonna move it down. Awesome. It's definitely too wide. That looks good. And then okay, so now I kind of have this like menu here that like maybe in like a future version of this game, I could get to like slide in and out. But I think this looks really good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add a click event where if I click on this like candy, the ghost is happy and I get a point. And if I click on one of these two, the ghost is not happy. And I don't know, something else happens. So then for that, we're gonna see if this works. I don't really play around with this stuff that much. Bring in when mouse clicks here. This is gonna have movie. Let me bring stuff down so you guys can see it. Let me actually pause here since we're about to like get into like more complex logic stuff. Does anyone have any questions about any of the code that's on the screen already? I'll scroll back up so you can see all of it. Basically, it's just setting up the game. Okay, awesome. So then if no one has any questions, we can move into some of the more logic stuff. So the first thing I did here is I dragged in when mouse clicked. That's going to give me all this code. It's essentially saying that like when my mouse is clicked on my movie to call whatever I do in here. So here, just to make sure it works, for those of you who've been watching a while, you know I always use log to test that things are working. So here I'm going to say log clicked just to know that everything is sort of working the way I expect it to. It's not. Let me write canvas instead. Oh, interesting, that's not working either. Oh, okay, so now it's working. So I dragged in one mouse down instead, and now anywhere I click, I'm getting that it says clicked in my log. But I don't want it to do it anywhere. I only want it to do it on my different candies. So here, instead of canvas, I'm going to change this to the name of the variable that I care about. I'm going to change it to candy1. One mouse down equals function, and we will see if this works. I don't know that it will. Oh, it totally did. No, but it's also doing it everywhere. That's not what we want. Let's check when mouse clicked. So it's doing it twice on the candy, which I'm finding suspicious. Okay, something's wrong. I'm gonna copy all of this and give it another try. Sometimes when things like there's like a ghost in the system, haha, ghost, I'll just like select everything and just refresh it. Bam. Okay, so now when I click around at random, okay, I'm not getting anything. And then when I click the candy, I'm getting clicked. So I knew something was up when I was clicking the candy and I was seeing click twice. Yeah, so it looks now like it's only happening when, and I'll scroll down so you can see my log better. It looks like it's only happening when, refresh this. Refresh. Yeah, so like if I click here, it's not showing up. Here, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. So basically, if I want to click the candy, I want the ghost to be happy. What do you think like a happy ghost does? I guess like I can say like aha, like wahaha, like thinking like Waluigi. Or like I guess like text can appear like thank you, and then it like blinks out. So yeah, we can do that. So then var game text equals text to say thank you, even though we're going to be deleting it unless there's a click. So right, basically here, I'm just like setting up text that like the ghost is going to say. So here, I'm going to like move it over. So it's over the ghost person. Okay, that's cute. And then I'm actually going to have it say nothing because unless I click the candy, I don't want it to say anything. So then when mouse clicked, I want game text that message to say thank you. And then I want my ghost to disappear in a puff of smoke. So I'm going to say ghost.message to update the emoji that the ghost is. And I'm going to make it a little sparkly because I use the sparklies all the time. I don't know why. Cool, so I'm feeling good about this code. If I don't delete it, I'll post it in the chat for everyone. Let's try it. Boop. Yay, it worked. And then if I click one of these, it doesn't work. So then let's say if I click one of those instead, for example, candy 2, which is broccoli and not candy at all. So here I'll say candy2.when mouse clicked function, game text equals gross, you're terrible. And then I want my ghost to be like an angry ghost instead. So I know there's like these weird masks. Ooh, or I'll just do like a skull and crossbones. Okay, so now just to recap, Which square geometry? This one. So here, just to test, so my candy still works as expected. And then my broccoli says, gross, you're terrible. And I'm actually gonna make the game text red if that happens. So now, if I choose the broccoli, it says, gross, you're terrible, and I get a skull, and I'll do it with the egg as well. It's the same code with candy 3. So now if I choose the egg or the broccoli, if I choose the candy, it says that I'm good. And I'll make that color white in case someone does it in that order. So I'm like feeling pretty good about this as like an MVP for this game. Obviously, if we wanted to build it out, we could add things like points. We could add like multiple visitors. We could change like which candies show up and like what order they show up in. But I think for now, I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. So I think I might just end club early today. But I will go ahead and post this link so that everyone can remix it and play around with the code and like replace the candies and stuff with what they want to do instead and make their own, you know, make your own trick-or-treating games. So submit trick or treat. Haunted edition. So here's the link. Like I said, I encourage you all to remix it. Let me see if anyone made anything that I can share. Someone did. Oh, sorry. My dog doesn't like it when I my dog doesn't like it when I gasp like that. Here, let me show you guys my dog since we have extra time in club today. Trixie, do you want to say hi? Come here. Good girl. No, come on. Look up and meet everyone. Trixie. Anyway. She's great. She's not going to go trick-or-treating either. I got distracted. Yeah, okay, let me open Yug Sarin made a project. It looks beautiful. Oh, thank you, Chomchi. Let me see if anyone else has one. I don't even know what today is. And so so Yug says I can't type in the chat because my school account blocks live streams. But it looks like there's a bug in this. Let me go ahead and fix it and share it with Yug, even though. Okay, yeah, we actually have a project to edit here, which is fun. So this is Yug's. And I think it probably looks really cool, but there's a bug in it, so we can't edit it right now. So let me go ahead and remix it. And I'll post the working one in the chat. So I hope you're still here, Yug, and you can have like the working project. I'm gonna delete this. So let's see, where might we have a bug? So it looks like when I press enter at the bottom, we say happy person dot message doesn't have a like an associated variable. So it looks like we just have person here. So I think if we delete this, but you probably want them to be saying something. So I'm just gonna do var happy person. And I'm gonna set text with just nothing. And I'm gonna move it over. so that it's like kind of over that person. So like 162, like 150, 150. And then I think, yay, yeah, it's totally working. And if you wanted to as well, you could even like replace this little dude here. So you could say like person.message and like set it to like a really happy emoji. Nope, it's my project. So then now if I click this, yeah, we get them both updated. Okay, so this is Yug's project. I think it is absolutely amazing. I love it so much. It's a really strong trick-or-treating adventure. Ah. And here's that link in the chat. I hope you're able to get it. You gotta tell your school that this is an educational live stream. All right, awesome. So I guess that's it for today. Happy Halloween, and thank you for joining me for this month of Halloween themed projects. It's my favorite holiday. I think it's a lot of people's favorite holiday, but I mean, that makes sense because it's subjectively the best one. Candy's amazing, costumes are amazing, and I've had a lot of fun coding spooky projects with you all.